I just wanted it to be known that like Adobe is trash. I had to fucking do all sorts of shit to get this video. This was recorded on the 4th. I know it's late. It's been late, but here you guys go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for yet another episode of the In My Bag podcast, which we all know the real name is the Trash Bag Podcast. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about it today, right?
True.
And with us, we have yours truly, Melly the Villain, aka Meliana. How you doing tonight?
I don't know who Meliana is, but I'm Thanos.
I told you, the people know the truth.
Pirate King. Everyone else is fodder.
And we also got with us the one and only, the father figure, Mr. You Need It, I Got It. What's good, Godson?
The fodder figure.
The fodder.
Another day in the gym. Godson, aka where my hoes at, although it's too late, aka world peace, aka always eat.
All right. And also with us today, we happen to have two very special guests. They're regulars in the Discord, and we've been trying to get them to feature on the podcast because they always bring out the best discussion topics. They got substance, We're going to start with Majay. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm just chilling, bro. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we're glad to have you on board, man. We've been trying to make that happen for I don't know how many months now. So
Yeah,
that's good.
Man.
Also, the one and only, the troll, Raven. What's good, man?
What's up, everybody? It's Raven. You already know what's up. You gotta give me my respect. What's up?
Oh, man. So just so y'all know ahead of time, we're probably going to say some very outlandish things. Actually, let me scratch that. Raven is about to say 90% of the most outlandish things you're about to hear, but you know what? We just gonna keep it rocking, okay? So
these are lies, I tell you.
But it's the truth, man. You know what we do here. We always tell the truth to the people, just like we always tell them.
And also, we're gonna give you a heads up that Godson's mic sounds like donkey doo-doo, so that's just how it's gonna be.
Wait, that's not even true. The only true thing around here is I drip Gucci, baby. I drip.
What? Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
great point.
Today you drip dookie, so.
Yeah.
You sound like someone put you in a paper bag and threw you in the ocean, but it's all good.
Yeah. So, with that being said, though, as you can see, we get people on to feature on the podcast if they express any, want to be on there. We discuss all kinds of things, but if you have any topics you want to talk about, or anything related to the podcast, whether being on it or having ideas of topics, let us know in the comment section so that we get to it, so that we provide the people with the content they want to hear about. Right? So, and I believe Meliana is gonna have the link to the Discord on the channel when she uploads this podcast,
link
right,
is
man?
always in the description or in my channel description. So
Great.
There you go.
All right, so let's get things started. Melly, what are we talking about tonight, man?
So today, since we're going into another year, 2020, I for one never thought the human race would make it this far, because of all the fuckery that goes on. So I wanted to ask my friends here. This is not related to my Thanos philosophy.
The philosophy, yeah.
Yeah, this is not related to that. But what is your ideal situation? Like your ideal apocalypse?
None.
Okay, that's not realistic. None isn't an answer. What would you do for, say, like a zombie apocalypse?
You know, that's a really good question. Let me think. Well, you know, first things first, because we're all going to be running for our lives, hiding away in bunkers and all that stuff. So I'm gonna make sure I got me some sweetness by my side. So, you know, in case something happens, I can spread the seed for the next generation. Maybe they'll be able to resolve the
fucking Teddy Appleseed.
AOT, bro.
Hey, you already know what it is, man. Asshole.
Oh,
But hey,
I mean, don't you guys ever wonder though, like with the zombie apocalypse, right?
yeah,
Like you always, I guess, assume that the zombies are gonna break out. You're gonna be like walking in the street. And there's gonna be this like horde of zombies. Everyone's getting eaten alive before you. But like, do you ever wonder like what the weather will be like? Like, cause it's a huge difference if it's just a hot, nice summer day. What if it's like really rainy? Like, what if they're just like wet zombies, like a horde of wet zombies coming at you?
that sounds like
And like
nothing I wanna
they
be a
can't
part
even
of.
they can't even grab you because they're just covered in like rain, and so like they're slipping and sliding on the floor. Like they lose all type of intimidation. Like they're just like freaking like at a water park, a slip and slide, like trying to get to you, but they can't. You're just standing there laughing. Oh man.
Hey, that's
You
a
know,
great
you know
point,
what I
bro.
think? I think that something like that could bring out people's true nature. Meaning by that, in a society where everything is going swell, right? Most of us, we try to put on, I don't want to say a facade, but we try to integrate as best as we can, right? Within societies that we're in. But if that system goes up in flames and we have a zombie apocalypse upon us, it's everybody out for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So then you'll get to see people's true colors. And you're gonna have some
No,
people
all the
that
whiny bitches will die first. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'll die
wow.
first. Okay.
Racist.
I said I'll die first.
Oh, I thought you said all the white bitches would die first.
I said whiny. Wow. Wow. We know how God said thinks.
Look, I apologize for my outburst.
but yeah,
So, like, and all the people
I think-
who are used to dealing with bullshit will probably pull through, or maybe not pull through. Maybe just like last a little longer.
Imagine.
you know who I think would probably survive is the people who are absolutely cunning and only care for themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Okay, so I got another question. Who in this podcast would survive the longest and why?
Wait,
Oh,
like
damn.
as a group or solo?
Individually.
Solo, like individually. You don't have to
Ah.
say who's least. You don't have to say that. Just say who would survive the most.
I think it's either me or Terry because we're from Africa, so we've struggled
Wow.
before. So I think we've experienced more than you guys.
Hey,
No, I have a
some,
plan.
some real stuff.
Yeah.
I've run away. Me and my shit, we've run away from lions. Okay, if we can run away from
Yeah,
lions,
bro.
Wakanda
Like,
then no
forever.
Lions.
zombie catching us. I'm just going to put it out there.
That's wild.
Exactly. The only thing Mel is
You know my brother T'Challa?
oh this dude.
Wakanda forever.
I never free.
Oh my god, that was so trash that scene.
Oh my gosh, look. The zombie apocalypse gonna pop off. It's gonna be the middle of winter. You know when like the roads get icy? And you know they had to put like the salt on the concrete so it doesn't like get
Yeah.
like icy and you don't slip and fall. I'm not gonna do that in the winter. I'm just gonna stay in my apartment building, not put any salts, and just let the freaking zombies slip and slide, freaking fall all over the place in the snow. You know how annoying that is? They're not gonna want to freaking eat me. They're not gonna want to come close to my freaking anywhere near my perimeter. So yeah, that's it.
If there's anything I learned this podcast, Raven just likes his slipper.
Yeah, there's something about slipping and sliding tonight. I don't know why.
It's the
He keeps
ultimate
bringing that
tactic.
up.
Let's
I
take
don't know,
another.
man.
Let's take another example. Everybody knows that we're gonna die, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and you have 24 hours to live. Do you
Like a
think we're gonna
purge?
get? Yeah. Do you think that's gonna happen? Like, if everybody knows, okay, we're dead in 24 hours, are people gonna get killed, raped, robbed,
Oh
like
yeah,
everything?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I think so.
You're basically telling people
Do whatever you want.
with a bang, right? In all the meanings of the term, you know. So
All right, hold on. I don't want to go past this just yet, because I feel like I would survive the zombie apocalypse the most.
okay,
Mainly
here's what I want to do. Let's all take turns and say how we would go about surviving. So you
Oh,
go
this is
ahead.
easy. All right. So number one, in this society, I'm a functioning alcoholic. All right. In a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't be drinking, right? So my body would go into like ultra instinct, and I'd be using 150% of my body at all times.
What is this,
Okay.
an anime?
So my no, this is real life. This is real life. This is happening. Okay. As soon as I stop drinking, I can build anything. I can cook anything. I'm a scientist. I'm going to the moon. I'm building a rocket. All right. Untouchable. God said.
All right.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Look,
well,
I give
then,
myself a handicap.
so
I think you get stronger by drinking, not weaker. But that's just me.
yeah, because you get more reckless
Yeah.
being drunk.
But that's how you
Um,
die.
You're right, though. You're right because you're not being careful. So you just throw yourself at the zombies. They'll be like, okay, well, we finna have a field day with you. Raven, any strategies do you have that don't involve slipping and sliding? Well,
if you really think about it, like mummies are basically just fashionable versions of regular zombies. So like
True.
you just take a roll of toilet paper, cover
Oh, no.
yourself in it, and you've instantly become a zombie
blended.
influencer. You become a zombie influencer. You open up an Instagram account. You call yourself
if you
Mummified,
can't beat them, join them. I see. Okay.
Apocalypse Mummified. 2 seconds later, you get like 50K followers. You slowly build up your following of zombie followers, and boom, turn into a business.
Hey.
If you
let's
can't
Okay.
beat them, suck them dry of their money.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
This
god.
is great. See, people. I told y'all that you're about to hear some really outlandish things. Here we go.
Zombies
Okay.
do have money on them, you know?
Hey.
For
For me, bro, I would just
Would
run.
money
and
even be worth anything in the apocalypse?
That's the
nothing.
thing.
Absolutely nothing. That's the thing. Like, money is it's an illusion, bro. Like, if everybody knows the world's gonna end, nobody cares about gold or money.
Mm.
You just want to survive.
Not
That's
the millennial
true.
zombies. Not the millennial zombies.
Oh god. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Generation Z. You mean?
Sounds like something a boomer zombie would say.
Oh,
You put too much emphasis on money.
So over it.
But hey, one thing: if that ever happened, I will betray you. That's for sure. I'm gonna tell you straight out. If it's me or you, I'm gonna run, bro. Sorry.
Oh, it's funny that you feel that way because I'd eat you first if we were all together.
Whoa.
Watch.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Wow.
sneak off pieces of your leg as you sleep at night.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
crazy.
I was not
How do you
expecting
sneak off
cannibalism,
pieces
but
of
okay.
the leg? Is this while
Yeah,
you're
I
a
don't know.
zombie?
Like you need to be
No.
sleeping like the dead, literally, to be able to get away with it.
Look, I was thinking in a situation we're all together, right?
So you've
We're all
already
sleeping in
decided
different
who you're going
rooms.
to eat first.
No, look, I wasn't gonna do it, but Magi's was saying that he's gonna betray us. So fine, I'm gonna tell you the truth too. I would eat you in your sleep.
Good to know.
You know, as for me personally, I would wait, observe, and see who's coming up with the best of the situation. If there is at all a way to survive, right? Because there are a lot of really clever people out there who, while we're just talking about this hypothetical, they're planning for something like that to happen eventually. So when it does, they'll probably be happy because they'll be like, I've lived my entire life believing that it will happen one day. Here we go. I'm finna be the star now, right? So I'm just gonna wait and see who has the survival strategies in place and just follow them. Even probably even strike a deal with them. Be like, hey, how about we make a deal? I get rid of zombies that come near your house, and you house me because you got everything figured out. You know, that's probably what I would do because besides that, the only other thing I could do is kind of like Mage. Like if this person I'm squatting their place get raided by zombies, right? And I see this happening, I'm gonna use my two legs that God blessed me with and book it the fuck up out of there. You know, it is what it is. I can't stay behind. Be like, thank you very much for your services, but I'm out this bitch. So, and then trying to find a way to survive in nature. But yo, Melly, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know. I like it's funny because I asked this because I'm just genuinely curious. I still don't know what I would do, and that's why I feel like I would just die. I don't think I would be so much afraid because when you know you're gonna die, like you're like it's like whatever.
I just don't want to like if it has to happen and I have to die, I just don't want it to be like a gory, gruesome death. You know, just like just off me like real quick. You know, don't make it linger. But
It sounds kind of dark. I'd probably have somebody to kill me.
but you know what's funny? You know what's
I
funny?
wouldn't want to see all that like mess. You know.
Nah, man, I'm gonna survive. I don't want to die.
Okay, how about this, Teddy? How about this? If your girlfriend got bit, would you kill her?
If my girlfriend got bit, what do you mean by bit?
Like she's turning her, or like a family member, someone important to you.
Would you kill them before they turn into a zombie?
If
Yeah.
yeah, because I wouldn't be able to stand them living in existence that they know for sure they will ask me to kill them if they were like, because at that point they're not the person that they were anymore, you know, like for all intents and purposes they're gone unless somebody comes up with a cure saying, oh, hey, if you just got turned within the last 24 hours, we got something for you, come take it and you can revert back. Unless something like that happens, I mean, at that point she's basically a goner. It's hard and it's easier to talk about it like right now because if it actually were to happen, it wouldn't be so easy. I mean, you know what to do, but it wouldn't be easy to do, you know. So, but yeah, I probably have to cap him. But the funny thing about this whole thing is that we all have those supposed ideas, right, of how we would handle the situation. But let's be honest, how many of us would actually deal with it like the way we say we did?
Probably not a lot. I think everybody will change. Yeah.
Because it's different when the
know.
situation hits you.
I still think I'd probably want to die if that
Oh my
situation
God.
was happening.
Man, Melly, you dark, bro.
I
Well,
just
it's
feel
like,
like
do you
zombie
wanna see it?
apocalypse isn't a
Do
big
you
deal.
Do you want to watch all these people die? Like,
Yes, if that means I can survive.
Film it for the gram.
And I'm selfish,
I
bro.
don't even
If
want to know what
if
Twitter
it's-
would look like during all this. I don't even want to know.
You have to
Like I
remember,
said.
like, the survival instinct is an instinct. You can't control it. It's just your body does its own thing.
Yeah, fight or flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yo, Twitter and Instagram will go crazy with the memes around zombies. I mean, look at what's happening right now.
Yeah, like
With-
they're fucking going off. Like
Probably
what
you'd
do you
get like
guys-
zombie rights activists, I think, to be honest.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
That's the thing.
True.
Like,
Because think about it, if what Teddy proposed before, the situation was right, that your girlfriend or someone you love got bit. You know, in this day and age, there's a lot, like medical science is progressing a lot, and there's a lot of people that they would put their faith for these zombies to be detained in a facility and until a cure was found. So people would
We don't know
advocate for
what
zombie
kind of
rights.
zombies like this would be. Like,
That's true, but-
like would their bodies be decaying? Because at that point there would be no turning back. You know what I mean?
But some people are crazy. They took the red word of God. These zombies can't be killed. Their lives are still lives, you know. So to them, at least, a lot of people I think would argue that.
Yeah, people are crazy.
Exactly. They say, "Don't shoot that zombie. It's still a person." You
yeah.
get it.
But I mean, it's yeah. I don't know. Because this is the first time I ever really sit down and think about, okay, how would I handle this type of situation? So, you know, after
Okay.
everything's said and done, it's still up in the air, you know.
So if we were a group, then what would you, or not even as a group, what do you think everyone would? What would your skill? What would you bring to the table to survive? Just everyone in general.
Ooh, for me, just physical might. Any physical labor that needs to happen, I'll make it happen. I could probably, use my brains as well. It's just I wouldn't be able to come up with ideas of how to handle things. But if it came to, okay, we need to move things around, we need to do this and that, I'd be like, sign me up. I'm your guy.
Yeah, definitely strength. I would say probably some kind of structure, planning things out. That would be my skill. Maybe cooking. I would make some food.
Some lasagna?
Hey,
No lasagna. You need to make only very nutritious foods because we need to be able to run at a moment's notice.
hey,
Oh, come on. You gotta have a good time too.
Never.
No,
if
it would
there's
be
zombies walking
able.
around, there's no such thing as a good time anymore. They're just a rapper.
It would be using the little resources that you have to even make enough food for people. That would be
That's true.
the toughest
Okay,
part of it.
I got a question, and this is a dark one. So you don't have any food, but you have your dead friend. Are you gonna eat him?
I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't that make you
No.
sick?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
No. Mm-mm.
No,
I'd rather die of hunger than die of sickness.
because then you're already
Because-
a zombie anyway. Like you're basically.
No.
giving
He's
into
not a
being
zombie. He's not a zombie. He just died. He's a normal
It's
human
the
being.
same shit. I'm not gonna be a cannibal just because
Okay, so you wanna die?
I'd
Yeah.
rather die than eat somebody else. Yeah.
Wow, that's trash.
Wow.
Anyway, Raven,
What about
skill
you guys?
set?
I just want to say I'm gonna be in charge of zombie-human relations. You know, I have a way with.
Fuck out.
I have a
Yo.
way.
Bro, there is no such thing.
I
When
have
you're
a way
zombie,
with
that's
words.
it.
I have a way with words. I'm gonna manage the zombie official Instagram page. You know, whenever there's a talk that needs to happen, I'm gonna say, look, we're meeting at the United Nations at this time. You guys gotta listen to what I had to say.
You're crazy.
How wild is this man right now?
It has to be done.
The question is,
Talking
how are
about
you
nuclear-
gonna how are you gonna communicate with zombies? They don't speak.
That's what I'm
normally.
saying.
I'm gonna tell them, look, it's time for you to stop going about things the wrong way. You're looking at the picture through such a small little microscope. You gotta look at the bigger picture.
I'm just imagining.
Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. Has there ever been a zombie represented in film in a positive light?
Yeah, there has been actually. It's called Warm Bodies.
Oh, Oh my
It's not enough. It's not enough. We need more. We need more zombie representation. And this is the problem. People talking about warm bodies, cold bodies, this body, that body. Who cares? We need zombie bodies. Zombie bodies, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm advocating in 2020. And moving forward, we need to start putting some respect
I'm just
on the zombie
imagining.
names.
I'm imagining Raven going on all about this in front of a crowd of zombies just coming at him slowly to eat him.
Yo, Raven for president 2020.
You know the crazy thing is, if by some miracle you found a way to control or talk to zombies, bro, the world is yours. Like you just won. Like if that's a big sizable
big
The
You
zombies are more powerful than the K-pop fans on Twitter.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Would you go
Godsend.
the?
Okay, here's the
sorry.
thing. Why do you? I'll let you go in a minute, Majid, but I just gotta say this. Why do you bring K-pop fans in this, man? This as a species
No,
that
we're
we
already
don't talk
stopping.
about.
No, exactly. We're stopping. Godsend. What would you bring to the table in the apocalypse?
That's actually a good question. You see, I'm good at plowing, so I'd probably be a farmer. But I'm also good with my hands. So if Teddy were to bring in lumber, I would be making like grooves. I'd be hammering and nailing, just constantly. That's about it. What?
You're fucking sus as get out. And you know it.
Wait, what did I say that was weird? I'm good
All of
at
it.
plowing. I'm great with my hands, and I'd probably do a lot of hammering and.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
I think those are pretty great qualities to have, especially in a time like that.
You're not
I think I could
slick.
provide a lot.
You're not slick. I saw right through that.
What do you mean? Like, agriculture is a great skill
Get
to
the
have
fuck
in a
out.
time of
There
need.
is no agriculture.
To be fair, though, you do want to
Well, there would
Plow
be,
the
but
crops
not enough.
plant the seeds, right?
There would be,
No.
but not enough. Get the fuck out, Teddy.
Well, I'm just
Y'all are
saying,
being trash.
the fields might still be ripe.
Look, Melly, even if it's not enough, like, there's different ways I can compensate, and there's a lot more I can do if plowing isn't enough,
That is so fucking trash. Anyway.
I'm great at eating. Like, I could test Magi's food. Like, I'm very good at eating. I love to eat anything, to be honest.
Do you like pasta and rice, bro? That's my specialty.
No, I'm into other foods, but alright, I'll try whatever.
Wow, that's crazy. How do you don't?
In the
How do you
zombie
not like
apocalypse, this one's gonna die.
Man, this is gonna be like, no, bro. It's too much salt.
All right. Look, you got me, Melly. If we had no food, we're gonna have a limited supply of food. I can sustain off of eating pussy. All right, I'm perfectly fine with that. You got me. I give it up.
That's garbage.
I don't know about that. I don't know if there's many nutrients in that, but it's just mine.
You're just not eating it right.
Oh, wow, that was a bar. I can't even lie.
Dude, it's crazy, bro.
Ah, goodness, that's funny.
Disgusting.
But it's good to know that everybody's got somewhat of a plan to deal with
Wow,
a
didn't
zombie
even
apocalypse.
ask me. 'Cause you'd already
Oh,
know
I thought
you'd
you
die.
said already what you were going like. What you're
Yeah,
about to
but you
bring to the
said
table.
what would we
Didn't you?
contribute? No, it's fine. I guess I'm already dead. I would have
No.
said what I would have said would have been I would be the one that's in charge. I'd be the one that could keep people in line. Give people a slap on the wrist if they need it.
Melly would be like this. She'd be like this.
I'll be the justice.
Hey, look at me. I'm the captain now. Okay.
Exactly. That'd
no,
be my
no,
role.
I am the captain now.
Look at me. Yeah. She would lay down the law.
Yeah.
In her games.
I'd be the leader. I wouldn't be a dictator.
That's good.
But
Because as
if
you've noticed,
people need
none
to
of
be
us can be
brought
leaders.
down,
Besides Raven.
they get brought down. That's what would happen.
Okay. So rebels and deviants and mavericks, all that.
Listen. I don't care if people are wild. My concern is just keeping people together at that point. Because the bigger the group, the better. Like, if people have differences, we're not gonna fucking form this fucking dictatorship. No. Not everyone's gonna have the same views. I don't give a fuck.
The real question is, are you gonna let me plow or not? If you're the leader,
Get the fuck out.
These are the skills I'm good at.
Get
so.
the fuck out right now. Yeah, he got out. See
The
that?
big question is, if there are 3 guys and 2 girls, what do we do?
Oh.
Who's gonna share?
Oh.
It has to be an open relationship. We all have to share, the women and the guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Y'all are crazy.
But those are legitimate questions. What if somehow the whole population gets decimated and then only 3 guys and 2 women are able to survive? Then it's like, well, we gotta repopulate the earth. We can't just be like, okay, so you with this person, you with that person, and well, you're going to have to handle yourself, right? That's not fair.
It's the perfect
In
time
that
for being a
situation,
hoe.
but in that situation, it would be more about building. Like, if your plan was to frickin' repopulate, you'd have to be able to sure that would be able to go through smoothly to begin with. So there'd have to be like a medical system in place so that people don't fucking die. like women can die when giving birth.
I think in that situation we just have to gamble, Melly.
Wow.
If you die, you die.
I'll
I
be
think
fine
about it,
during the
you don't-
apocalypse.
you don't
'cause
have
I don't
the-
want kids anyway.
You don't have the equipment to do anything in that situation, so you have to go back to the Asian time. You just have to gamble,
Gamble.
pray.
Okay, look,
I'm
I'm
the
real
leader.
tired. I'm real tired of this zombie apocalypse. All right, let's talk about the real threat, the dinosaur apocalypse. What are we gonna do when the dinosaurs come back?
Okay, get
With
the fuck out,
lasers.
bitch.
With lasers on their backs too.
Oh my. That's never gonna happen. But I'll humor you. Let's say it were to happen, right? Is there even a conversation to be had? Think about it. We got nukes, nuclear weapons, chemical weapons. Like,
Right.
we've decimated Japan for, like, during World War II, and then for generations after that, because of the remnants of the gases of the bombs that were dropped. Like them atomic bombs, those dinosaurs, they would have an uprising for like 2 days, and then everybody would be tweeting memes about it on Twitter and IG. And that's just what's gonna happen.
But Teddy, think about it. If we use nukes, we're nuking ourselves.
Not necessarily, because you're targeting, a
What
dinosaur.
it means is the dinosaurs are probably in places where there are humans. You have to sacrifice somebody if you're gonna use the weapons.
Ooh.
They probably have like missiles or something. That would
And you
be
can
just
quarantine.
enough.
Yeah.
They would like there's probably like tiny missiles that could just like blow up like something the size of a dinosaur.
But if the dinosaurs have lasers on their backs, they can just shoot the nukes down with their lasers. And also, I feel like you guys are being super ignorant. Like, you guys aren't thinking at all about the dinosaur rights. Like,
Shut
what
the
if
fuck
like
up,
you
Raven.
aren't thinking about how they feel? Like, like they're just mad. They're mad because they got hit by like a meteor or volcano or whatever took them out.
SJW Raven.
What? Look, I'm just thinking about everyone as a whole. How we can all be happy.
The bigger
The
question
collective good.
You want to live combined with dinosaurs.
Yeah, imagine a dinosaur in a tuxedo once they've assimilated.
Yo, oh my gosh, a T-Rex in a top hat?
Exactly, like assimilate them into our culture, get cool with them. Sooner or later, before you know it, you'll be inviting them to your freaking frat parties and freaking gender reveal parties for your kids.
It's a Tyrannosaurus. Half human, half dinosaur babies.
Monsters. But we
What
should
do you think Barney is? You don't think Barney is a half breed?
Barney is a Jamaican man.
Jamaican Barney with dreads?
No, there was this video of Barney like performing live or some shit. And I think he got mad and he took off the head of Barney and said Bumbleclot or some shit like he was cussing. And that shit is just funny as fuck.
Bro.
Just picture this in your head. Picture a church, and a T-Rex walks in. He gets on his knees, and his little tiny little arms just come together. He folds them to pray. Like, it's just so precious. Like, why wouldn't you want to see that?
Someone get this
Raven,
man
I
Raven.
can't. I actually can't anymore, Raven.
Just praying for a successful 2020.
Oh my god.
Which
What do you
dinosaur do you
guys-
think? No, sorry. Go ahead.
What do you guys think of this World War III situation going on now? Do you think it's gonna happen? Or what? Like, how much involvement? Or do you think the media is just overhyping shit as usual?
I think we're gonna see something gonna happen in the States. Unfortunately, some crazy person's gonna see this. I don't think we're gonna have any war, but I'm scared, bro. I think because a lot of people out there just hate America. I don't know why, but they just do.
What
Right?
do you mean you don't
Because-
know why? That's kind of like...
Yeah, because though, but I mean like people who don't have anything to do with the wars, right? Like they haven't lost somebody, but maybe they've been brainwashed. I don't know. But the crazy thing for me is when Trump is telling people, "Oh, we're gonna kill the people we deem dangerous," without even telling the government about it. But if you even touch one of ours, it's war. That sounds crazy. Like that's not gonna work. You can't just tell people I'm gonna do whatever I want and it's no consequences. And if you try to do something, we're gonna eliminate you, like you said. So that's it's not gonna work in the long run, bro. Good luck with that. But yeah, for me personally, I think this is not gonna happen. Unfortunately, I don't think Iran is in this position to even be a
Respond.
threat to America. But
That's
I don't
true.
like to see this. I don't like to see this happening. I don't understand why he didn't even talk to the Iranian government about this, because that's crazy. Like, think about it. You're gonna kill one of them, even you're not even talking to them or like even giving them the information. That's crazy. You can't just go to other people's country and kill their people you want to kill. It's not that simple. But hey, I think they're probably gonna get an agreement. Maybe Trump's gonna give them some money to shut them up. I don't know, man. I just hope it works out. For me personally, I can understand if people want to get revenge. I can understand. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I can understand.
It's the cycle of pain. That's what
Yeah.
happens. It just bloodshed just leads to more bloodshed because everybody will find a way to justify the violence. And I think what Trump did, he had his reasons, but I don't know that was the best way to handle the situation because So for a little bit of background, right, on the situation, the the Defense Department in the U.S., right, they blamed the guy that they just killed. His name is Qasim Soleimani. I don't know if you heard his name before.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the head of the Iran's elite squads, like military force and all that. So the Defense Department, they said that he was the cause of the deaths of hundreds of Americans, right? And already there, I had a little bit of an issue because they said they blamed the deaths on him, which makes it seem like they don't have a hardcore evidence that he did it. They just say, "Oh, he's the reason why these Americans died because they happened to be, in Iran or whatever, and they died, and he's the head of the military there, so he must be behind it." So I already from there, I'm like, I don't know, this kind of. But then the Iranian army too found to Trump's threats because he said he had 52 sites ready to attack, like 52 historically meaningful sites in Iran that they were ready to launch an attack on if ever more Americans were to be hurt, right? So I don't know. Personally, I think he should not do it. And one of the main reasons I have an issue with this is because with everything that's been happening recently with efforts to impeach him and his mandate coming to an end, to me, all of this looks like an attempt at securing a second mandate in office. That's the way I see it.
Definitely, he's desperate, and he called out. There were people that dug up some of his old tweets before he was president, and Trump was tweeting when Obama was trying to go for his second term. He was saying that Obama's desperate, that he's gonna try to go to war so that he could secure a second term, and it's the exact same thing that he's doing now. He's aware of it. He was aware of it before, and he's aware of it now, and that's why he's at least that's why he seems to be doing it,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and to be honest, like, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, anti-Trump or Orange Man bad, Republicans bad, or whatever, because when I see all of these things happening in the world, I don't really like to just look at everything under a microscope. It always makes me ask like bigger questions, like, for example, will humanity ever come to a solution for a war? Will we ever cease war? Will we ever come to a solution that we'll never be able to have these conflicts again, where people are having to go and kill each other for basically almost no reason, seemingly? It's just senseless,
You know what? I feel like now more than ever, there's actually a really good possibility for that to happen, just because I feel like the nature of our current generation is a lot more pacifist than previous generations, where we're more willing to attack other people verbally, but resorting to absolute violence usually is not always on our minds, right? And most of us, like, we wouldn't want to have to go to war, which I think is very different from previous generations where people actually found pride in going to war and supposedly dying a hero's death. Like, now we look at it, we're like, no, that's not a hero's death. That's lame. We don't do that here. So I felt that there's a potential for a change in the system. The thing is, we would need to come up with a way to resolve issues that doesn't involve going to war. Something other than, oh, my army is stronger than yours, so I win. That doesn't, when you look at it from a very pragmatic perspective, it doesn't make sense because it's not always the correct side that wins. According to history, though, that's the way it's been. Usually, we're lucky enough that the quote unquote right side won. But what if it's not always the case? Like, have you ever tried to entertain the thought of what if Hitler had won back in World War II? What if his camp had won? Where would the world be today?
Wouldn't have anime.
You know, it's very possible. It's very, very possible. Like, things would be a lot different, right? So that's why I'm like, this whole system of, oh yeah, we go to war to resolve our problems has worked out as long as it has, only because the stronger army or the better weapons happen to be on the quote unquote right side.
Yeah.
But if we don't change that, at some point it will happen that the almighty power will be in the hands of the quote unquote wrong side. And I use quotation marks because the notion of right and wrong is very subjective to the person, right? To everybody. So with this right now, with what's going on right now, what Majid said earlier is correct on the surface. On the surface, it doesn't look like Iran has any sort of trump card or arguments whatsoever to respond to what the American army has to offer. But what if they did and we just don't know about it?
Is it Iraq or Iran that have nuclear weapons? I think it's Iran, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit! So they actually have something, but I don't. That would be wild. That would
It
be wild.
It would be, and the thing is, I feel like Iran is not the only country that probably has been working on their military, on their weapons in silence.
Yeah.
So they got stuff ready. They just don't brag about it. But when the time comes to bring out the weapon, they're gonna bring out something, and we might not have the answer to it.
I got
So
a
that's-
separate question.
about.
Sorry to go on a
No,
rampage,
go for
but
it.
I've never understood why is it that countries like North Korea or Iran are getting sanctions if they make nuclear war, but other countries can have it. Like, why is it different? I don't understand that part. Why is America telling like Iran you can't have that, or North Korea you can't have that weapon, but they have it? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
How are you gonna tell another country what to do? I don't understand. Like, that's the thing that annoys me. Like, this like God complex. We rule the world. We can do everything we want. We're gonna tell everybody what to do. Like, I don't understand that shit. Maybe I don't have enough information. Like, maybe those countries are gonna use it in the wrong way. But I don't understand. Like, it's like almost like America doesn't want other countries to be on equal foot because they're gonna lose some kind of power.
That's
But yeah.
definitely what it is. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what it is. They feel threatened, and they want to feel like, no, whatever funny business you're about to get into, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, like when like that does seem to be what it is, because whenever you see like other countries portrayed on the news in America, like it's always like the crazy North Koreans like saying that they're gonna give us a Christmas gift. What could it be? Is it gonna be a bomb, or is it gonna be like a gas?
Basically, like a
Destruction.
Trojan horse, right?
So it's like
bring the
and
bombs, this guy's as a gift.
yeah, and now Iran, with Iran, it's all about, oh my gosh, Iran, World War III. Like you never see like any of these countries. You never see us speaking about like the people and how the people of Iran are great people and this and that. You never hear anything about the actual country itself and what makes it unique and what Iran actually is, other than Iran World War III. Oh my gosh, Iran retaliation, Iran bad, you know? So Americans have this view, well, not all Americans, but at least the way the media portrays America, it seems that that's the case. It's very antagonizing to any other country other than America.
And you know something that I don't understand? They talk about a world war. What countries is Iran allied with that it would turn into a world war that involves the whole world? So I think people don't understand the implications of a world war. Like they throw that term around loosely. It's like, do you understand what that means? That means people are getting drafted everywhere in Africa, in Asia, to fight this war, so to speak. So like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, this is a conflict between two countries. Like, why would an African country get involved in that war? Like, what's the point? But yeah, the thing is, I don't know, was it the first or the second one where the prince was killed? I think that was the first one, right?
Oh, Ferdinand
it
with the
was the
coup?
second one.
Yeah.
It was the second one, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
the first. The first was started off by a coup where Ferdinand, something like that. He was assassinated, and then it sent Europe into turmoil, and then the United States ended up getting involved.
So the thing is that if people see somebody get killed, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, it's gonna happen again." But I don't know, man. What do you think, Melly, about this situation?
I don't think that like we're in that much danger. I feel like every time like we hear something about like World War III, it hasn't really happened. We're just in this place where everything turned into a meme, and like war's been going on probably more than any of us even know. Like shit's probably happened over the years that hasn't get broadcasted, and we're just unaware. So I don't think it's gonna really affect us that much. I think people are just making a big deal, just like I feel like certain stories in the news get made like a big deal, but then nobody gives a shit later on. It's just the news and the media like to hype up shit like this, sort of scare people and get views. So I don't buy it. Really, I think the media just needed, especially old media, because you know the news stations love to cover this shit. They needed a story.
Of course, they're gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
Like that's like source of great content. So
yeah, and I know that like Trump and their whole fucking team and all those rich people that are in politics are in cahoots with like fucking CNN and Fox and whatever the fuck. So like I wouldn't doubt it for a minute that a lot of the talk that's been going on is a scare tactic.
yeah, I agree.
Or will be used as like a plot device for the next like presidential debates. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's ridiculous. All these people need to calm the fuck down. Fix the problem.
You know what
in
this
their own
reminds me of?
countries before they go starting wars with other people.
I agree.
Man can't even take care of his own people. Wants to go bomb other people. Like, put that money into your people. But no, you rich fuck. You wanna compensate for your small dick like that. Like, come on.
Wow.
But it's true.
Melly, I got a question. Has Trump
Listen, if
done
you're going
anything? Has Trump done anything right the 4 years he's been president?
I don't know,
In
and
your
I
eyes.
don't give a fuck. Honestly, from what I've
Oh,
heard,
shit.
no. The one thing that he's brought to light is that young people couldn't give less a fuck about who's in politics, or they didn't really take it seriously, and now I think a lot of young people see the consequences of not voting. I mean,
I got a. Oh, sorry.
at
Go ahead.
least in the States, I feel like, I don't know, I'm Canadian, I didn't give a fuck about who voted, because I think all the people up there that was in our last election were shady shits, but in the States it's different, because there's way more people, and the States is, and all over there are just way more, like, extra. Like, you don't care about like your country as a whole. Over here, it's like we carry the same sort of values, but it's more about like the money that's different here. But in the States, there's a lot of like cultural conflict as well.
Yeah.
And like segregation and shit like that. So y'all got more to deal with over there.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when there was the issue with Ebola coming to the U.S. because supposedly an American went to Africa. I think was it Uganda or somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah,
It was
and
the
then he
same
got
with
the
like
virus.
the Zika virus and the H1N1 or some bullshit. Like every few years, they have to like give us a topic to like put fear into.
Something to talk about, yeah.
Something
And you
to
know
talk
what's
about.
so
And then they talk about all the scary shit. You know how I know they're full of shit? Because they can talk about all the scary shit and act like it's the end of the world. But the next video, they'll go over to Karen talking about the kittens at the fucking local adoption center. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, you're gonna tell me that my whole family is about to die, but you wanna show fucking Chow Chow and Mittens on the screen talking about here's some really cute kittens to lighten the day. Like, no, bitch, I'm still thinking about dying. The fuck?
it's like those pharmaceutical commercials where they advertise a drug while they're telling you it can kill you. They show you, beautiful images of people just having a good old time, and you're like, but this make sure you talk to your doctor before using Benadryl or whatever, because it could cause diarrhea, heavy sweats, and potentially death. It's like, and in some cases, that's exactly the lingo they use. And in some cases, death. But don't worry though. Talk to your doctor about it. That's like, stop it. Like, you can't do that. And the same thing
commercial. I mean, this is kind of a topic.
Oh man.
I could talk about commercials altogether, but there's one I just have to share. This is fun. Like, they would literally like shake salt. It was like a weight loss thing. They would shake shit on their food. You could take any food, fast food, a hot dog, like that's what they showed, right? You sprinkle this shit on your food. Okay, it looked like coarse salt. You sprinkle that shit on your food, it says you'll lose weight.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, what is this? Like, it literally looks like coarse salt. They're like, yeah, you'll lose weight. I don't know. Maybe it was laxatives or some shit. I have no idea. That just popped into my head.
But yeah, and it's just like you said, right? Where they mentioned something that we're supposed to take very seriously, and then the next minute swept under the rug, And the same thing that happened with the Ebola epidemic. When this man came to the US, we never heard about it again, even though there was supposed to not be a cure for it, or like, oh my goodness, make sure you vaccinate, whatever.
No, I think they
within
actually
a month
did
and a
come
half.
up with a cure, though. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, but you know what though? They didn't really advertise it, if you remember. They didn't say, oh yeah, by the way, now feel free to go to Africa and contract all kinds of Ebola because guess what? We have a cure. They didn't say that. They're like, yeah, everything's cool. Oh yeah, so for the weather today, there's gonna be a 30% chance of rain. Like, bro, hold on. Weren't you just talking about some epidemic that we don't have a cure for or something? Like, you see? And I think the same thing is gonna happen with this whole quote unquote World War III threat. Because first off, these are only the beginning stages. And I feel like these memes, they might stir up something bigger than what it needs to be. So I'm like, this needs to stop for one.
Yeah.
And then for two, I think people don't understand what it means to be in a world war. Do you honestly think, like Majid said,
the next world war.
that would be devastating with the technology we have to.
Yeah,
like that would.
I think it would be the last.
Exactly. Like
it
that
would be the last.
Would be the last, literally. because there's just no way that if we're going to evolve the whole with the technology we have today, it's not gonna look so good.
Yeah.
So I think people need to calm down. It's like, oh yeah, we're 3. Like, I get so sick and tired of this hype culture sometimes because of things
Yeah.
like what Trump did. It's very questionable, and it's something that should be taken a lot more seriously than making memes about it. Like, oh yeah, you're about to get dropped in World War III. Like, I don't even know where the memes initiated in the first place.
Actually, but this reminded me of like a few years ago when Trump was arguing with Kim Jong-un, and Kim Jong-un said he was gonna like send missiles or whatever over to the States and like aim at like wherever. I think it was like the west side. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
how far their missiles could like carry, and people were tweeting like, "Oh, me when the missiles come and you'd see like a freaking shooting star." Like, it was like, I think that's where like dumb memes originate. You know, like people just don't care. Honestly, people don't care. I feel like young people feel like they're under so much stress to the point that nobody even gives a shit anymore. You know.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, I would ask you, what stress are they under? If you think about it.
Well, you gotta think about it this way, right? Most young people today, it's so hard to find jobs. It's so hard to save money because you can't even make like a decent living. There's just so much expectation to put with all this fucking hype culture and shit. Young people have to pay retarded amounts for student loans and shit. There's like social oppression, like micro social oppressions, that we deal with, There's frickin' the effects of global warming that's gonna like start affecting where we live. Like, it already started here. It used to be minus like 10, 15 every year here.
Mm-hmm.
It used to always be like a white Christmas. Like, for the past few years, it's been green in Canada. Like, that's just unheard of. Like the effects of global warming and shit like that are gonna start to take place, and that will affect many things. That will affect jobs, and that will affect like the environment.
Yeah, it's serious.
Like, there's a lot that's gonna happen. Like, and we got these rich people out there that seem to be fucking over the poor people, aka the young people, because a lot of the freaking boomers cause problems for the young people to deal with now. And it's like, there's
Okay,
so much
boomer.
pressure, and you got the young people who have to educate themselves on all this nonsense, and you're just arguing with people in power. It's like you have to wait, and then once the young people like are finally able to change something, it might be too late. So there's like
True.
this almost feeling of like we have no control, 'cause
Yeah,
maybe
feeling of
Uncle-
helplessness. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
maybe
I just think,
Uncle fucking Bobby is over here fucking up the world.
yeah, I mean, it all just
Like,
comes down to people not really considering each other, really not considering what other people have to say. Like,
Yeah,
we don't
everybody's just in it for
consider-
themselves.
yeah, we don't consider Iran if they're not starting World War III, Iran is not in our vocabulary.
Yeah.
If North Korea is not gonna send a bomb, they're not in our vocabulary. And this even goes for other things too. Like, if old people aren't boomers, then we don't give a shit about them. So it's like, that's the way that a lot of people think. And for old people too, it's like, if young people aren't like, if young guys aren't dude bros and young women aren't feminazis on YouTube, then they're not on our radar. We it doesn't matter to us. But like, people have to start thinking of each other as people. We're all people. Like, it doesn't it doesn't register in your mind that we can, if we all work together and if we all put our differences aside and acknowledge that although we may disagree, if we at least agree to sit down and talk and hear what one another has to say, we could maybe come to a conclusion. I mean, we could come to a conclusion if we did it, but we're a far way from that, to be honest, in this day and age.
Yeah, and I think part of like the main reason for that, right? Everybody's too busy looking out for themselves. Like
Yeah.
we're too worried looking out for, oh, am I gonna be able to pay my bills this month? And even beyond that, we all have goals, dreams, and aspirations. And there's nothing focusing on that. It's just when the time comes to care of others, like right now, like what you just said, right? That's what we need to do. Like it's to or how about looking at it in terms of what is actually going on over there? How are the people living over there? Because you have to realize that yes, we may have some conflict with the army, but there are actually people living in Iran. They're just as worried and afraid of a potential war happening as people are here in the US, you know?
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, man, we hope we're able to get y'all thinking about this a different perspective than just what we see online with memes and whatnot. We're
Yeah.
probably about to get, before we do, want to say a special thank you to Majay and Raven for coming through. Really want you guys on the podcast. It was, as I was expecting, we're definitely gonna have to do it again. Majay,
yeah.
you still there?
Yeah, bro, I'm here.
Nice. Got a few words for the people?
Yeah, man, this was fun. Been a long time. Some great conversations. Raven, as usual, is the troll that he is. But yeah, man, thanks for having me. Hope to join later. So.
Oh, absolutely, man. You're welcome again anytime. Don't you worry about that. Yo, Raven, as were you about to say something, Majay?
Oh, the last thing I'm gonna say is One Piece is better than My Hero. Fuck My Hero.
You know what? For the people who need to hear this message, thank you. Because that's the truth right here.
Oh man.
Raven, you didn't disappoint as I was expecting. Like I said, 90% of what the people were about to hear on this podcast was going to be wild and outlandish. You outdid yourself. It was about 95%. So congratulations. Got a few words for the people before we go, man.
Oh man, like I said before, I want you guys to think critically. If a zombie apocalypse ever happens, think about their lives. Think about, their feelings. Think about the dinosaurs. Think about the lasers on their backs, And yeah, with that, just have a great night.
Okay, I know Godson was very quiet for the later part of the conversation. I don't know. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, but there's some difficulties.
Okay, I understand. Well, we're about to wrap it up here. Do you have a message you want to let the people know about?
Oh yeah, drink water, stay hydrated.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
very important. That's very important. Sometimes you just gotta go back to the basic. I agree. So Melly,
Like
I'll
water.
let you get us out of here, man.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments on today's topics, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Follow us on Twitter. Links are below. Bye.